Welcome to the 6th Young Henry at Let's flag off with our top stories. There has been another shooting in Bamenda in the northwest region of the country, leading to one death, or at least one person dead. An unidentified gunman appeared in a compound where a thrift and loan scheme, commonly known as Njangi, was meeting as they attacked and opened fire. And hearing resumed this afternoon at the Yaoundé military court on the Martinez-Ogo murder case. A young man who discovered the dead body of the journalist gave a lengthy testimony on September 1, spanning 3 hours. More witnesses will appear before the court. And of course, traditional authorities put smile on the faces of internally displaced children from conflict-ridden English-speaking Cameroon as dozens receive school aids ahead of school resumption. Top stories. Was one come one small is 15 with me. Of course, you can consult respective forms of national the tip of Cameroon, precisely not free and small, where shock actually gripped out of following the death of Adams Alhaji Muhammad, senior immigration officer. The last body of the senior immigration officer was found at the foot of Mount, a site where he is regularly practicing early morning exercise. More in gives the details.
Hey! Jesus.
There has been another shootout in Bamenda in the northwest region, leading to the death of at least one person on Monday evening at about 6 o'clock. 3 unidentified gunmen appeared compound at the Center Booth neighborhood in Bamenda 3 subdivision, where a thrift and loan scheme commonly known as Njangi meeting was holding. According to eyewitnesses, the assailants were aimed at robbing the meeting members on their financial transactions of the day.
We should want to see 3 people that come well armed. Gunmen. They come well armed. So as they come, we be their house for more than 30. They start shoot gun, shoot for down, shoot for war. So at the end of it, this small people would cry die now. It will be affected. 1 bullet. We 3 members they'll be affected. Will lose bullet. They take person to get house. We be when I house in Njangi the whole day. There's some other member from Njangi.
When the members sensed danger and began fleeing to all directions, the armed men opened fire, killing a 12-year-old girl and injuring 3 others who were all playing in the courtyard. Some other persons were reportedly taken away, Mondays being ghost town days. It is commonplace to see small groups of quarter residents holding neighborhood social gatherings. The positioning of armored tanks and small units of armed military personnel at some strategic locations in Bamenda is still to yield their desired results, as there are daily reports of kidnappings and killings across the town.
Very much, Annie Collins and Ambo Gladys reports in the unfortunate. That was a mix-up. Back to the far north region, where there is and has creeped the town following the mysterious death of Commissioner Alhaji Adams Muhammad. His lifeless body was found at the foot of Mount Sok, where he regularly practices morning sports. D has the details.
Commissioner Adam Alhaji Muhammad, acting head of immigration for the region, was found dead at the base of Mount Zoko. The discovery has caused widespread concern in the local community. It's an area reputed for exercise for the past years, but for the past 2 years, a friend was attacked there, so it's a red zone. According to initial reports, the commissioner may have been stabbed while engaging in his routine early morning exercise. Authorities have launched an investigation to determine the circumstances surrounding his death. It's like he was attacked by yet to be identified individuals. Some people say he was pushed from the mountaintop. Some women who walk around the area discovered his corpse. The corpse was discovered at the mountain. The corpse left Moga for Logon and Shari. Mount Zoko, located within the Mara municipality, is a notable area in the Diamare division of the Far North region. The incident highlights ongoing security challenges in the region.
Coming back to that report, just to see that traditional authorities are putting smiles on the faces of internally displaced children from the conflict in the northwest and southwest regions. And of course, they have provided them with didactic materials as schools are expected to open their doors for the 2025-2026 academic year. Let's get the details with Ambo Gladys.
In an atmosphere filled with custom and tradition, at the esplanade of the office of the Divisional Officer for Douala 4, internally displaced children receive books, school bags, and other essential supplies ahead of the new school year. The initiative, spearheaded by the Fund of Goshen, His Royal Highness Joe Wilson, seeks to ease the burden for families displaced by the conflicts in the two English-speaking regions of Cameroon.
To listen to giving us this gift. By next year, may God grace me more years and more power to give us more things next year. I'm very grateful to receive this gift.
I'm very happy because we'll go back to school very safely, and we are praying to God that God should guide him and protect him so that next year he can give more to us like this. We are very happy.
Speaking during the event on August 31, His Royal Highness Joe Wilson reminded these children that they have not been forgotten nor abandoned.
And every September, August ending back to school, I always do this. I don't do it because I have much, but I have people. And when this period approaches, I always apply to them, ask for support. I want to give a special thanks to my Minister Ria Ibaisi. I want to also say thanks to Minister Paul Atanganji, who supported me. I want to thank my Intum Fund, Dr. Samuel Tofis, who also supported me. I want to thank my parent from Chafa, Vangolan, and I want to thank the Mayor of Bonaberi and the GO, who also supported me for this event. The mayor gave some cartons of books and the GO.
Administrators and local dignitaries who attended the ceremony described the initiative as timely and commendable. They urged more community stakeholders to engage in such humanitarian actions.
We urge others to continue to support government's efforts to assist these IDPs who never choose this situation. We also encourage IDPs to remain calm as peace efforts continue to enable their return.
It's important for them to go to school and to have best results and to grow. In fact, that they have to build a nation.
I am seeing my Muslim brothers and mothers who have partaken in this occasion, which make me very happy. And I believe that the children are going to go to school this year very happy.
As the event wrapped up, children were seen clutching their new school supplies, their faces lit up with joy and gratitude. The ceremony was also graced by traditional dances from the northwest and littoral regions.
And we still talk more on back to school as parents are scampering to acquire needs for their children. And in Douala markets, it's a lot of crowds. At this particular moment, it is difficult to navigate through the congested markets, plagued with thieves and other pickpockets. Ambo Gladys Stephen once more.
In this market situated in Douche Aqua Douala, the back-to-school rush is in full swing. Parents, arm loaded with lists and school bags, struggle to make their way through a maze of makeshift stalls and street vendors. Navigating these markets requires more than just determination. It is an exercise in patience and dexterity. Many come mentally and physically prepared for the ordeal.
I have been in the market for over 20 minutes and I still have not been able to get what my children need. It's overwhelming. I'm already exhausted. I have not even finished shopping yet.
As the school reopening date draws near, the pressure mounts. The growing crowd not only create gridlock, they also provide fertile ground for pickpockets.
I sell wristwatches. It is tough out here. Just a few days ago, I lost a whole packet of watches. The market is overcrowded and chaotic.
Amid the chaos, vendors stationed along the route share their own frustrations. They say the influx of buyers is good for business, but the disorganized setting often leads to tension and loss of income. For many, it is difficult for some shoppers to move around and complete their purchases. Many get sidetracked or even give up before reaching their destinations. For many, weaving through the tightly packed stores of the Douche Aqua Market has become a daily battle, a battle they must fight for the sake of their children's education.
And still more news on back to school. This time, stakeholders have been consulting on the use of artificial intelligence as the school year will flag off. And so they have been meeting in Douala to make sure they grapple with the nitty-gritties of artificial intelligence. Dee Morin sat through that meeting.
Artificial intelligence and digitalization are set to transform classrooms across Cameroon's littoral region as the 2025-2026 academic year approaches. Teachers and even students, so they get acquainted with artificial intelligence. On September 2, 2025, education leaders convened in Douala to chart a way forward, looking at agenda centered on the theme security, health and learning in the age of artificial intelligence. At the level of parents, they should be aware so that they know how to follow up their children in the house as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. This means that parents should have the necessary equipment like phones, computers, so the children can easily work at home. Students will have to work with trained teachers to ensure that they easily adapt with artificial intelligence. Representing the governor, the Secretary General of the Littoral Region officially launched the school year, expressing satisfaction with the previous year's outcomes and emphasizing the need to build up them. It's true that we'll have problems like internet connection, inadequate material or insufficient. That's why we are calling on heads of schools to build up partners with computer engineers and those who can support with necessary equipment. The integration of AI into teaching practices is a key focus, aiming to enhance personalized learning, streamline administrative tasks and modernize curricula. The September 2 sectoral meeting aligns with national efforts to incorporate AI into teaching programs. The meeting also addresses critical issues such as student safety, health protocols, and infrastructure readiness, ensuring a secure and conducive learning environment. With the official start of classes on September 8, the littoral region is poised to lead in educational innovation, embracing AI to prepare students for the digital future.
Thanks very much, Maureen D. And of course, this brief coming from the Ministry of Defense, signed by Navy Captain Atom Fraxiri. And it states that on August 25th, a fire brigade rescue team responding to a major fire in the New Bed neighborhood was violently attacked. And according to the Ministry of Defense, access to the scene was deliberately blocked by hostile individuals who not only caused significant damage to firefighting equipment but also endangered the lives of the rescue personnel. The ministry strongly condemns the attack, calling the violence senseless and unacceptable. Officials warned that such action risks weakening the vital bond of trust between firefighters and the communities they serve. And legal proceedings are expected to follow as authorities emphasize their commitment to safeguarding those who protect the nation. The ministry further expressed concern over growing hostility towards service members and reaffirmed its dedication to ensuring the safety and dignity of all rescue and military personnel in the country. And over to this other information now. The hearing resumed today, September 2, 2025, at the Yaoundé Military Tribunal on the Martinez Togo case, which began yesterday. The third witness for the prosecution, Lieutenant Colonel Cesar Daniel Dinar Bell, the then commander of the Mfu Gendarmerie Company at the time of the event, gave extensive clarifications during the event, his testimony. And so today, like yesterday night, will be very long and likely to take another day or many more to listen to all those concerned with and around the gruesome murder of Martinez Zogo. We will be bringing you more details in our subsequent edition of the news. And journalists in Yaoundé have urged Elections Cameroon to make sure they open the doors of all the election branch offices or Elecam branch offices across the country to facilitate access to information as they prepare for the October 12 polls. Details with Hyacinthia.
Dishing out the right information to Cameroonians on the different processes of the October 12 presidential election is imperative for journalists. The roundtable discussions between Elections Cameroon and the men and women of the press this September 2nd is centered on access to information and the responsibility of journalists as the crucial moment of the presidential polls approaches.
Every electoral process begins with the dissemination of information, good information. And if we are talking about the right to information and the responsibility that journalists shoulder to ensure that there is transparency and accountability in the electoral process, we can always say that this is a welcome initiative by Elecam. When an electoral process is groping in the dark, it discredits the entire elections. So if those who hold the information are open, if journalists come for the information and they disseminate good information, the electoral process is going to go on very well.
The media told to watch out on fake news and manipulation by political actors, which is becoming rampant on the social media.
Every now and then we see information not only from official sources, but we've had the rise and a very powerful role that citizen journalists are playing. Social media has come here to stay. Citizen journalists will always be there, but the difference will be that in journalism, we need to actually cross-check these facts and put them across each one another. Also, we need to be very, very, very careful. We as journalists are also citizens of this country. If we call for the nation to burn, we'll burn with the country. We have the responsibility to make sure that peace reign, not only during elections, not only after elections, but that peace reign in this country, because we are also stakeholders to the processes within Cameroon.
Journalists urged to remain neutral and objective, not acting as enablers in electoral fraud.
Journalists can rig an election by not giving the right information. If you give biased information, you are not giving a faithful rendition of what the electoral process looks like.
The over 3 hours of exchange was an occasion for the journalists to advocate for a rapid flow of basic information from the Elecam authorities through the media to the electorate and Cameroonians at large.
Thanks very much, Hyacinthia, for that report. Of course, we are ending this edition of the 6:15 with me, and reality. Thanking you for being with us. Leaping brief actuality.